Holo, 911? My nails look like shit. Please send help and rescue. Thank you. Well, hello everyone, it's me Christine again, and today we're gonna test out some new Salon Chrome kits by Sally Hansen. You guys requested I review these because they are widely available in the drugstore, and everyone wants to know if they work, or if they work like shit. But first, I have to sing you a song. It's beginning to look a lot like holo. New merch link in bio. A cozy sweater tradition. They're only limited edition. So quick, you better shop the link below. So these are nail powders, and they come in 5 different shades. Mermaid, or sirène, don't mind the French, peacock, gunmetal, rose gold, and holographic. Ooh, you know mama's likes that one. Now those of you who watch me for nail art know that we've seen a lot of different nail powders and flakes come out in the last year or two, and they've mostly all come from indie nail brands or direct from China from nail art suppliers, or otherwise just not readily available in the drugstore. It's 2017, you gotta buy everything online. So that's why I think these Sally Hansen nail powders are somewhat of a big deal. Beauty media also seemed really excited about the launch of these powders. I think partly because Sally Hansen was marketing them as an alternative to going to the nail salon. The kits were also advertised on Sally Hansen's Instagram. Let's see what Christine thinks about this. And they appeared to have sponsored some nail bloggers who posted video tutorials using the powders. Let me just be clear, I think sponsorships can be a great thing because it means big companies like Sally Hansen see the value in supporting influencers like nail bloggers, but I think we'd still all agree that if an influencer didn't like the product, it's unlikely the brand would allow them to express that in the sponsored post, because at the end of the day, it is an advertisement that the brand is paying for. Basically, you're usually not allowed to shit on a product if you're being paid to promote it. So, with that said, this video is not fucking sponsored, which means I can say whatever the fuck I want. Who's ready for Simply Savage Logical? I'm just kidding, I'm already biased, haven't even started the video yet. Whew, okay, let's get into it. Each Salon Chrome kit comes in a box and includes instructions on the back, a special top coat, the nail powder, 1 eyeshadow applicator, I love these, and the holo kit also includes 2 additional bottles, which the other kits do not include. Apparently you're supposed to buy them separately. That's a black base coat and a clear taco. Let's try the mermaid powder first. The instructions say to start with 2 thin coats of Sally Hansen's black polish in Blackio. Wow. Milky black polish, my favorite. Please kill me now. By the way, I'm just using some nail test swatches because we've got a lot of experiments to do today. With 2 coats of black, it's mostly covered, still a little bit sheer, but oh well. The instructions say to wait 2 to 3 minutes until tacky. Then I can go ahead and dip my sponge applicator into the powder and rub it gently on the nail. Watch effect appear. TBH, I'm kind of underwhelmed. Now we add a layer of this special effect top coat, which to me just looks like a water-based top coat, which means that it's probably designed to act as a sealant for the chrome effect powders, because adding a regular taco right on top of the powdered layer would probably crack and ruin it or just reduce the shine. Oh look, now I have mermaid on my brush. Now we gotta wait 5 minutes for a minute. What? Last step, the final seal with Sally Hansen's top coat. It actually looks more shimmery and less pure chromy than it did before I added the 2 top coats. Interesting. But let's hold our analysis until the end and go ahead and try the other 4 types of powders. This powder looks very similar to the last. It will probably just yield a slightly different hue. Why, you know, it's more purplish blue rather than green. I can tell you right now, I'm not really a fan of this type of powder because it's not actually chromy. It basically just tints the black. And while it is shiny, it is nowhere near as chromey as some of the other chrome powders I've tried. Like if you wanted real multi-chrome nails, then you should get actual multi-chrome powder. It's a far superior cut powder in my opinion. Now let's try gunmetal. So this powder just looks like cocaine. Guys, I can't stop with the drug references. It's really hard when all I do is play with powder all day. What? That is very strange to me. Like again, if they really wanted a gunmetal silvery chrome look, then they could have went to the actually chrome powder supplier. I don't know, to me this just kind of looks like a shittier version of the chrome powder. And yes, you may be noticing some denting. We'll talk about that in a bit. Rose gold. Okay, this one looks so pretty though, like 2013 Michael Kors watches. The powder itself actually looks really nice. I kind of want to put it on my eyes. I don't understand. Where did the rose gold part go? This just looks like a pinkish purple version of the others. This does not look rose gold to me at all, especially not compared to what is presented on the package. Now, maybe they put a different color polish under it, and you can absolutely do that and it will change the color. But the box says to use the black, so I don't know. Okay, here's the last powder, and we gotta ask ourselves the really important question. Is it really hollow? Oh my god, I annoy myself when I say that. So right off the bat, the powder does look like it's real hollow. It looks very similar to the other hollow powders that I've used, but let's test it out. Oh my god, yes! I see the rainbows! And you'll notice now more than the others, I had a lot of difficulty actually applying it on the nail because the base kept kind of coming up and sticking to the applicator. We'll go over the challenges next, but to answer the most important question, yes, it is real hollow. Can you imagine that? A major brand labeling something with holographic correctly? Now, I was curious if we really have to use the Sally Hansen Black EO, because honestly, it kind of sucks. So I applied one coat of my favorite black polish. That's right, only one coat. I let it dry for a bit just so it was tacky, and then I tried buffing in one of the powders. And yeah, the powders didn't really stick the same way that they did with the Sally Hansen base, so I will give them that. I'm not sure you can use this with any nail polish you want as the base coat. Now, what about the fact that I kept getting dents as I was applying the powder? The box says you gotta use light pressure only, which I did, but honestly, I found it really tricky to fully buff the powder into the nail without disturbing or pushing up the base because it is tacky after all. And that's why you see a lot of dents, which are not the result of a shitty powder, but rather the result of a very challenging application method. And so for that reason, I decided, what if we tested these nail powders using gel top coat? Because if you put the nail powders on top of a cured gel top coat, it's so much easier to apply and it yields a much smoother finish, in my experience, as a not nail professional. Let me walk you through it in case you're new to gel tacos. Black base coat, doesn't matter which black. It's just regular black polish, not gel. Then apply one coat of no wipe gel top coat. That just means you don't have to wipe a sticky layer after curing. Then you gotta bake that shit for a minute. And I feel like people think these devices are very hard to come by when they're actually readily available for pretty cheap off Amazon. I've put some links to the gel tacos and the curing machines down below in the video description box. After just 1 minute of curing, you can buff the powder in. And see how much easier that looks? I mean, maybe it doesn't look so different from you coming from the perspective of watching me do this on screen. But if you compare it to the Sally Hansen method using regular polishes, applying it over a gel taco is just so much smoother looking. Let's try the hollow. Oh, look at that. Super easy, smooth application. I did this experiment in part so we could see the true quality of the nail powders without the bias of a potentially shitty application method such as using the regular polishes the Sally Hansen method way. So in other words, this is what the powders look like at their best. The hollow one actually looks pretty damn good. So good that I want to compare it to powders from indie brands. So I redid some swatches, and from what I can tell, the Sally Hansen hollow powder is pretty good quality. I would say it's just as hollow, but the particles aren't quite as dense as some of the other ones I have. And generally speaking, it just looks way better over a gel top coat than the Sally Hansen method. Here's me redoing some swatches just to show you even more what I mean. Exact same Sally Hansen holographic powders used on both swatches. On the left it was applied over a cured gel top coat, and on the right the same powder was applied using the Sally Hansen method with regular polish. I hypothesized that the tacky base layer doesn't really allow you to properly and fully buff in the holo powder because it is sticky and it's not smooth, and thus it doesn't yield a truly reflective kind of chromy looking finish. Okay, let's go back to these more iridescent looking powders because I have an experiment. These Sally Hansen ones look very similar to these other ones I have from Born Pretty store that were like 10 times cheaper. I am really curious to see how similar these are, or if they are the same thing. The Born Pretty store ones are not properly labeled, so I have no idea which shade this is. I'm just using the gel taco method because it's the easiest to see how the powder actually performs. And they look pretty similar to me. Maybe the Born Pretty one is slightly more saturated in color, but honestly, it's looking pretty similar. Let's try another shade. This is so much fun being a detective. Last time I was a holo glitter cappuccino detective, and today we inspecting nail powders. Okay, that color is off, so that's not the exact same shade at least. Let's try another one. That's pretty damn close. I mean, we don't have any definite conclusions here, but they look pretty similar, and considering that the Sally Hansen ones are made in China, I would not be surprised if they have the same supplier. Now, I was so disappointed by this rose gold that doesn't f***ing look rose gold. Here is what is much closer to a true rose gold chrome finish powder. Again, it's from Born Pretty store for like very little money. And this is what I thought that the Sally Hansen powder was supposed to look like. Obviously, it's not a dupe. I just think Sally Hansen ordered the wrong shade from China. Alright, I think it's time to finally put some of this shit on my nails. Although it's gonna be really hard because my nails are currently multi-chrome and topped with diamond flake taco. But get excited, ladies and gentlemen, cause it's time for some peel porn. Oh, yeah. It's been a long day watching this long-ass video, so you deserve it. Alright, we're gonna do this the Sally Hansen way. But I am still gonna start off with a peel off base coat. Don't tell them. One thin coat of Sally Hansen Blackio polish. I still want to die. Now we need a second coat. Wait exactly 2 to 3 minutes, and now I'm gonna start with my pinky finger and buff in the holo powder. Oh, you know I was gonna go for holo. But then for some reason, I struggled so f***ing much trying to buff this stupid powder into my nail. The tacky black polish was just like too tacky, but also not tacky enough in some areas. So the powder was either not sticking because the polish had dried, or it was sticking so much that it was actually ripping up with my sponge applicator. And I was not going hard, okay? You know, like I like my holo and I go hard usually. I'm honestly not trying to make this product look like shit. I just really struggle with this type of application method, and I don't think it's that easy for the average consumer. So if me, someone who's used like dozens of different nail powders, can't do this properly, I'm not sure how the average person walking into Ulta or Target will find this experience when they are sold on the idea that they can do it themselves perfectly and they don't need to go to a salon. Now for the skeptics out there who are probably gonna comment, "You didn't try," let's peel it all off and do this again. Please accept my apologies for the cringy peel porn, it was too wet. This time we're going to use a regular base coat instead of a peel off, just in case that happened to be the problematic factor in the last experiment. Applied 2 coats of Sally Hansen black polish. I waited just over 2.5 minutes. I tried to be even more gentle this time and was more patting on the holo as opposed to rubbing it. It's almost like anytime you actually try to rub this shit in, the applicator just lifts up the base. But the problem is, if you're not truly buffing in the holo powder, then it kind of just looks like you dusted a bunch of holo on your nail, and so you're not getting that really nice, clean, linear holo smooth finish. God damn it, Sally! How did the sponsored nail bloggers make this look good? Because I don't understand. Maybe I just really suck at this regular nail polish application method, but I personally find it so much easier to apply it over gel. I feel like sometimes people are really overwhelmed by the DIY gel method that I showed earlier, and honestly, I was one of those people at first. I was like, gel polish, f*** that, that's complicated and like for professionals. But really, it's not. It's super simple and it's not that expensive to just get one lamp and a gel taco, and that's all you need. If you want to play with these kinds of powders, any of the powders, the holo, the multi-chrome, the shimmer, whatever, I highly recommend trying it over a gel top coat. You can use regular polish underneath, just let it dry fully. Trust me, the application will go 10 times smoother, as it is not susceptible to shitty dents and smudges like this method right here. Alright fam, let's conclude. I mean, in some parts it applied pretty smoothly, but for the most part, not so much. My nails look like I actually dove in the holo trash. Maybe that's a good thing if you're looking for a distressed grunge look, but that's not really using the holo powder for what it can truly offer, which is a beautiful, smooth, linear holo finish. Alright, so in conclusion, would I recommend these Sally Hansen Chrome kits to you? The answer is simply no. And aside from the holo powder, I find that the payoff and effect of the other 4 powders were pretty underwhelming. Well, there goes any Sally Hansen sponsorship opportunities. I'm guessing that was a done deal ever since Rob said this on my channel.
Oh, it's Sally Hansen. F that bitch.
On that note, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!